So, those of you who know me know that I generally don't like throwing things out. I usually just like to repurpose things and reuse them rather than just throw them out. So, uh, I'll give you a little bit of backstory on this stereo system here that I built. So, over the years, I've had a number of those 5.1 home theater in a box type systems that were real popular back in the 2000s. And for those of you who aren't familiar with those, it's basically those systems that look kind of like a gigantic oversized DVD player, and then they have their own speaker systems and a matching subwoofer to go with them, as opposed to having to have your own receiver and your own speakers and everything, and it all comes as a whole package in one box, which is why they call it a home theater in a box system. And over the years, we've had a couple of those systems, and we've either replaced them or they've been dead or something like that. And when that happens, I've usually kept the speakers. Like, for example, here's one that we just never had a use for. It's for a rear speaker system that we just only used the 3 front speakers and the subwoofer. So I just kept those. And then here is this Sony subwoofer off of another one of those systems, and it's a pretty interesting design. The subwoofer is actually down here and it points downwards. You really can't see it much in there, but it's in there. And it sounds pretty good. So I had a bunch of these speakers laying around, and I've thought, man, if only I could get something to actually drive these, I could make something pretty cool out of it. And then I saw this little amplifier on Amazon for about 20 bucks or so. So I figured for that price I'd give it a shot, and so I took this speaker right here. This one's not actually hooked up or anything. Get that out of the way. So I took this speaker and this subwoofer here and just wired them in. This is the amplifier. It's a LePai, let's see if I can get you the model number, LP 2020A Plus. It's a 20 watt 2-channel amplifier, and I have it taped down here so it doesn't slide around. It's pretty lightweight, so I can't really show you the ports on the back, but it is a, turn the light on my camera. Right here is the power cord, and then your 2 speaker wires, the aux cable, and then there's a RCA red and white connection there. So really, it doesn't have any of its own radio or anything on there, but with RCA and aux, you can pretty much plug whatever in the world you want to plug into it. Right now I've just got this Discman type CD player hooked up to it through an aux cable, and on the front got your power switch, tone or direct button, so if you want to just have it raw sound from whatever you have plugged into it, you leave it sticking out, which is direct. But if you want to use the bass and treble controls you have here, you set it to tone. And then right here you have treble through bass, treble 0 through 10, bass 0 through 10, and then your volume. And this does light up when I turn it on, like that. So, put all that together, and so basically I made my own stereo system. It sounds pretty cool, and it works really well. It's not the best sounding thing in the world, but for just considering it's a bunch of parts I hobbled together, it is quite good. I'm going to give you just a little brief bit of sound here. So turn the power on, wait for it to click, and then I'm just going to press play on my CD player. And I'll stop that so I don't hit for any copyright violations. So as you can tell, it sounds pretty good, even though it only has this one speaker and the one subwoofer. It does actually work pretty well with this small subwoofer here. So anyways, that's my homemade stereo system that I built. If you happen to have a bunch of old speakers lying around like I do, and want to put them to use instead of throwing them away, something like this just might be the thing for you. Just might be worth a shot. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.